Hi, this is Amina Sheikh here on Zoom channel, and with me today I have the star cast of Agni. So join me as I welcome only on Zoom.
Thank
First
you.
of all, lovely to have all of you, but ये star cast नहीं, ये complete नहीं, I must say that. But कहीं ना कहीं half cast तो आ चुका है.
Yes.
Rahul, I have to ask you, so many years, 7 years of making Raees to now Agni, how the journey has been for you?
It's been incredible. I think 2017 Raees released, 2018 I started working on this, on Agni, and we finished shooting it I think 2 years ago, and then it took us about a good one and a half years on VFX. This is a VFX heavy film.
Okay.
So it's been wonderful. It was great working on the film. Had a great star cast, and was so good on set. It was intense at times, but we had the wonderful Divyendu and Pratik and Sai, Udit. So it kept us all entertained, which is how we expect the film to be also in a way.
In connection with the train journey, you know, basically Raees had a train journey too. You had a train journey with Pratik actually.
Yeah.
And now from that train journey, you have come to this track journey, which
And
is
before
Agni.
that, the railwaymen also.
Yeah, the railwaymen
The
also.
train
So
again.
it's like, yeah, it's a different kind of, you know, magic which is happening at
Yeah,
place
he's a
right
trained
now.
actor.
Yeah, he's a trained
Ah!
awesome. I must say that.
Too cool.
You both were there, like, you know, together also,
Yeah.
you know, in movies, and you have worked, you know, and then coming for this one where you are playing the cop,
Yeah.
he's playing the firefighter, and then you guys are also having arguments.
Yeah.
But the goal is one, kahin na kahin, you know,
Right.
to how to kind of escape and, you know, ensure the situation doesn't get, you know,
Yes.
out of control.
Yes.
How was it, you know, going too serious at the same time maintaining a, you know, certain kind of humor?
So yeah, it's been. I tell you to begin with, it's the credit goes to the writers. You know, because how they write a character, only I can only portray that much. So my Samit Sawant, what I play is a guy who's sort of, you know, he represents the police in the film, and through him, because the film is very intense, so you know you have some humor coming through this guy. Also, if he talks about like a haves and have-nots, so you know the police is always, you know, they do a tremendous job, but and we glorify them also, but fire people no one talks about. So that to get that contrast, that was very nice, because on one side I was there and Pratik on the other side. It's like a seesaw happening in the whole film. But like you said, the intentions are good, you know, to serve the people, to make sure that people are safe. But what happens in the due course is the film.
Yeah, and you know, even I have to ask you that when we speak about Raees, it was more about the alcohol and the business taking place on that. In this one, in Agni, it's about how the firefighters are kind of, you know, fighting certain fights, and you know, both are kind of related to the society. What was your consideration for Agni?
I think it's, you know, in the West, everybody talks about firefighters as, you know, and they're big heroes over there. Over here, people don't talk too much about firefighters. We take them for granted. So I just thought that aspect of their lives needs to come out. And the more research we did, and the more we interacted with them, we just realized that this story had to be told. And so that's where it came from. And that's what we did.
Udit, you are also one of the firefighters.
Yes.
You have a cop next to you. What is
Yeah.
that one message you really have in your mind when you have a cop next to you as a firefighter?
Sudhar jao. I mean, I didn't have any scenes particularly with Divyendu, but I've seen the film, and he's done a great job. And as a firefighter, I mean, I was mostly involved in the firefighting scenes with Pratik and everyone. And for me, it was a great learning experience again, like Sir said, about everything that they go through, the tough lives that they live. So,
Yeah. Sai, we have been waiting for you in a lovely sari, I must say that. A long wait, but looks like on the set, you know, you really had like fun time shooting for this one. How it was, you know, working with Pratik as well as Divyendu.
Firstly, I have to disagree on what Divyendu said कि जितना actors, जितना writers लिखते हैं उतना ही हम करते हैं. ये दोनों actors ऐसे हैं वो they take the script somewhere else with their contribution, I think, and they sort of catch the in between lines, you know, very professionally and very easily, with a lot of ease, I think. So it was wonderful working with such stellar cast. It was amazing to be a part of such a different world. This world we haven't seen in Indian cinema before. So I'm really excited for this one.
Rahul, also, you know, as we talk about this one, it's an OTT release. Didn't you feel like, you know, bringing it on the, you know, big theaters rather than, you know, a theatrical instead of an OTT movie?
Yeah, I think when you make a film, you make the film. So then OTT reaches for far more audience around the world. This is what they are planning to do, so it's great for that.
Yeah.
And I mean, every film, this is a tough film to make, an expensive film to make. So whatever the platforms are, wherever they are seen, I think I just wish as many people see this film as possible. Within today's time, with the cost of going to a movie and all that stuff is insane. So we want this to go to as many people, and as many people can see this, because the firefighter lives affect everyone, you know, and they should see it. जितने लोग ज़्यादा देखेंगे उतने लिए मेरे लिए अच्छा है, हमारे सबके लिए अच्छा है.
Of course, I'm sure. And to all, you know, I have to ask this, according to your experience, which was the toughest scene to do? Either for you to shoot, for them to actually perform on that?
I'll tell you my scene, because it is actually the very early in the film you'll see, and you see it in the trailer also, is a scene where there's a whole big huge restaurant on fire, which is there, and you have Pratik and Udit coming in a motorbike, and they come into that huge set, and which is all on fire, and they have to go and change into the uniforms. That's the scene. But to do that, right, you have every department has to think and act in precision, because we decided to use the FPV drone, and for the first time I think in India we were using FPV drones with black magic. Young two boys, Siddharth and Siddharth actually, who devised these. So we go from outside to show the aerial view of the city which is on fire, the restaurant which is on fire, and they come in, and so you use the FPV drone for that. So that's the camera with Monan had to light the whole thing, and get every character lit in that form, and the fire, of course. The fire department had to had to create the fire, right? So half the building is on fire. For creating the fire, we have to layer it with some coat, you know, chemical, so that it can catch fire. So firefighters are already over there, and plus our actors are there. There is the fire trucks, which are props and real fire trucks. So they have hoses, which you need to, you know, switch on at the time, because shot mein pani dal raha hai. So that is happening. The background action has to happen, and nobody has to get burned. So production design is setting up this whole thing. Production themselves are making sure that everybody is safe in that form. The camera department is lighting the whole thing. The actors have to perform, and everything has to happen on action. Okay, so थोड़ा action जल्दी बोल गया तो पानी ज़्यादा waste हो जाता है, which creates chaos on set. And you empty the trucks before even we take the shot. If we say action थोड़ा late, आग जल्दी हो जाएगा. If the fire goes, and we were shooting in a studio, indoor studio, right? So we had built a set, but it was all indoor. So if there's more flames, then that can cause fire all over the place. Immediately after that, we have to douse the fire so that it doesn't spread anywhere. So I think that was the most tricky shot, I mean, to take, because you had to have all, it was truly, I mean, filmmaking wise, it was the best part and the most challenging part. And once we mastered that, I think the rest, of course, was all difficult, but yeah, it was pretty easy in that sense. So that was a big, huge money shot, as they say in film, but at the same time, an important thing. So for that was for technicality, that was the thing. I think performance-wise, all of these guys, they all have some moments which are extremely powerful. So balancing them, and I'll, you know, even Pratik and Divyendu, the good thing about working with actors like these is extremely collaborative, and they understand where their character is and what the other person is. So what lines to draw, what not lines to draw, is something which they balance it out amongst themselves. So it makes my life a little bit easier. So drama was them, action was us.
Divyendu, what about you? Like one scene particular where you really feel like it was very tough?
Oh, I mean, in terms of filming is a different thing, but you know, because we are talking about firefighters, and you know, absolutely, I had no idea what plight these guys go through. And just a sheer fact that when we show in the film how a firefighter comes to home after dousing a big fire, you know, saving hundreds of people, and what's the ground reality of his household? You know, where he comes, there is no hero welcome for him. There is nothing. He is, I think he's just lower than the average human being as well, because no one even knows what he has done. So just the sheer fact that, you know, it's such a thankless job in a way, where there is absolutely no recognition for them. That just, you know, while reading also, and when we shot, and I saw in the film also, and I mean, all of them have done such a beautiful job of it, that it's you know that you're saving lives, but there is no recognition of it. How do you get that motivation to go day after day? That fact was a really heartbreaking thing for me.
What about you?
I think it has to be the fire sequences, the action sequences. They were really challenging, really tough, and I mean, there were some real firefighters on the set as well, and they said that we go through the same stuff. So it's like we were also going through the real scenario, and to just feel that like this is how it goes, because you're wearing the gear, it's so heavy, then you're going into the fire. I mean, it's a very, very, very difficult job, and to just and when you meet them also in person, they're so zinda dili hoti hai na ek. It's not like they are not happy or this or that. उनमें zinda dili hai, वो चीजें बरकरार हैं, but still they are living a very tough life. So
And Udit ke liye training must have been the toughest.
huh?
The training must be the toughest.
It took a while for me to like, okay, ये करना है, because like acting क्या होती है, dialogue बोले, ये किया गए.
No, they trained for about 8 weeks, all of them.
Really?
Yeah, they were in Baikala Fire Station, they were in Santa Cruz. They were climbing up like 3 floors with gear.
Yeah.
So it was, and in fire, whatever it is, so all kinds of training they had to do. So all of them did. I mean,
That's
even Sayami was.
Yeah.
And about you, Sai? Like, what was the toughest part you felt like in the movie, which was like kind of?
I think delivering this flawlessly was the toughest job, and I think every department was in sync. I would really want to talk about K.U. Mohanan sir. He's done the camera, and I mean flawless. There was no single day where we had to retake because of focus or camera department.
Yeah.
It was wonderful, and maintaining safety was also another huge challenge, but thankfully there was
No incident at all, actually.
nothing at all, and we are so grateful, and I thank all the departments from the bottom of my heart to keeping all of us safe.
Now, to put this together, this project is, I mean, when you guys will see the actual film, you'll realize the intensity of things we are talking about here. It was scary. It was scary.
But I have to ask you also, Divyendu, do you also feel that, as you are evolving as an actor, very serious roles are, being offered to you? How you started off, being doing, romantic roles, to comedy, to again, like, getting into comedy after such a long time, and your association with, Ritesh and team has been quite good. But then again, very serious, at the same time, a very dark sense of humor has been added to your characters. What do you have to say about that?
I enjoy drama a lot, yeah. My training in theatre has been more in drama. So my first love is drama. For me, comedy, I enjoy it, but it's too much work, man. It's too much work.
You're a natural.
Yeah,
I mean,
you have a very good sense of humor.
But I would say, Chief, like, in life, it's one thing. But to deliver comedy on screen, it's so much work, because, it's like you're just standing naked in a football field. You have to land it. Otherwise, nothing can save you. So I get like really stressed when it comes to comedies. And again, writing in comedies again has to be like really, really good. Otherwise, people can see what kind of, जद्दोजहद आप कर रहे हैं स्क्रीन पे to be funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to drama, I really love it. So right from theatre to FTI, my main focus has always been on drama. I really enjoy it. And I'm just so happy and blessed that I'm in a space where I can have best of both the worlds. And yeah, not complaining.
Lastly, before I let all of you go, what are upcoming projects you're focusing on after this?
I'm doing a film on India's first elections.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you?
I'm preparing for a very intense, again, sort of a film. I'm sorry I can't talk much about it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to IFFI. I did a film which, it's Manish Malhotra's first film as a producer. It's called Sali Mohabbat with me and Radhika Apte. It's a noir thriller sort of a space. So that's up for release sometime.
What about you?
My upcoming show is Royals for Netflix. We had just had the cast announcement. Otherwise, I'm going to be working soon on something which I can't really talk about, but it's gonna be on floor soon.
I like the way, you know, every time I ask any actor about the upcoming project, they're like, we cannot tell you.
No, it's there.
That's true.
It's part of our contract.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We are not making it up.
Yeah.
and you cannot say bad also.
They'll sue our law. I'm telling you. If we, yeah.
What about you, Sai?
I can tell you everything about my next project. It's Agni. It's coming
Oh.
on 6th of December.
Oh, how lovely.
Very smart,
Very nice.
lovely.
Yeah,
Superb. I
and,
love you for that.
Yeah, it's a different world, and you should definitely experience this. World.
Yeah.
Okay,
And one last question to you, sir. You know, you had associated with Shah Rukh for Raees, and it was a long association. And after that, we didn't see you, coming back together. Is there anything which you would like to offer the actor, or something where you could collaborate with him again?
I think it should be the other way around, no? मैं क्या बोलूँगा?
Lovely chatting with all of you. Thank you
you.
so much for
Thank
your lovely
you.
time and all the very best. Looking forward to this one.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.